Today in class, we're going to cover the 9.ATOD.2.2 content. This content is all about the effects of alcohol on the body, what binge drinking is, and effective ways to prevent binge drinking. So, of course, for this content, the best way to discuss it is to actually look at these 4 different web pages to look through. So, the first one is just binge drinking. It's basically binge drinking defined, and what the differences of drinking levels are defined. Like drinking in moderation would be adults of legal drinking age choosing not to drink or to drink in moderation by limiting intake to 2 or less drinks in a day for men, or 1 or less for women when alcohol is consumed. And of course, drinking less is better for your health and then drinking more. So drinking in moderation would be being able to handle your alcohol, being able to choose when and when you do not want to drink, and of course keeping those drink limits very low. Binge drinking is defined as a pattern of drinking alcohol that brings blood alcohol concentration up to 0.08% or 0.08 grams of alcohol per deciliter or higher. So for a typical adult, the pattern for consuming 5 or more drinks in a male and 4 or more drinks in a female in about 2 hours. So of course, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, which conducts a survey on drug use, defines binge drinking, like I said, 5 or more drinks for males or 4 or more females in the same occasion, and at least 1 day in the past month. And then heavy alcohol use for men is consuming 4 or more drinks in a day, more than 14 drinks in a week, or for women, consuming more than 3 drinks on any day and consuming more than 7 drinks per week. So, of course, and this is just taking you further into some patterns of alcohol use and how certain people should avoid alcohol completely. Like, so if you plan to drive, if you take certain over-the-counter medications or even prescription medications, have a medical condition, are recovering from alcohol use disorder or unable to control what you drink, you're younger than 21, or you're pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant. So that's the first web page. The second one is about what is a standard drink. Of course, you have different types of alcohol. Usually you have beer, liquor, and wine. Beer is typically about 5% alcohol content. Wine is going to have more. It's about usually 12% alcohol. And then your liquor or your distilled spirits is going to have at least around 40% alcohol. So a standard drink for one alcoholic equivalent, like roughly 14 grams of pure alcohol, is about a 12-ounce beer, which is about only a 5% alcohol. It takes so the same thing, it's going to be about the same amount of alcohol in 5 ounces of wine, which is 12% alcohol. And then this same, like I said, in 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits is about 40%, is going to be the same amount of alcohol in a drink as like a 12-ounce beer. So of course, even though drinks come in different sizes, there are standard drinks. So here's a picture for you. So like one regular 12-ounce beer is equal to about the same of the 8 to 9 ounces of malt liquor shown in a 12-inch glass, which is about 7%, is equal to about 5 ounces of table wine, which is about 12% alcohol. And the same thing is equal to about 1.5 ounces of shots of distilled spirits like gin, rum, tequila, vodka. This picture will be very helpful for you for the quiz. So I suggest that you make sure that you can go back and look at that, because that will give you, like I said, you have a quiz for this on this objective, and this is going to help you a lot with the actual quiz questions. So this is a pretty important picture. And then the third web page is the effects of alcohol on the body, and that is this web page right here. As you can see, it breaks down each major body parts, like the brain, the heart, the liver, the pancreas, and even cancer is being heavy alcohol use can lead to certain types of cancer or a higher risk for cancer. So it breaks it down into that. And then of course, last but not least, down here, the immune system. When you drink too much, you weaken your immune system, making your body easier target for any types of disease, colds, sicknesses. And like I said, it's going to alcohol slows your body down, so it interferes with like your brain. It's going to interrupt your reaction times, and you're not going to be able to think clearly, and you're going to have a slower reaction time. That's why it's not safe to operate a car or heavy machinery. Of course, these are like cardiomyopathy, or arrhythmias, or stroke, high blood pressure, or risk for with your heart, your liver. You could have heavy drinking for over a long period of time can lead to a fatty liver, can lead to cirrhosis of the liver, and even death. And of course, there's your pancreas it talks about. And then the fourth and final webpage is strategies to avoid binge drinking, and I've already pulled that up here. And of course, how to stop binge drinking. Once again, it's going to tell you what binge drinking is. We've already been over that a little bit. Then it's going to talk about how to quit binge drinking, and how you need to recognize the signs and symptoms of binge drinking and the effects of dangers, and how to get help for binge drinking. And then it tells you the difference of binge drinking versus alcoholism. And then, of course, in signs and symptoms of binge drinking more in detail. So, like I said, you need to read through this, just like I have walked you through the other web pages. You need to walk through this one. If you have any questions, like I said, you do have a quiz with this content, so make sure you review these 4 content pages. If you have any questions, please let me know.